Call the meeting to order. Join us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Here.
Ms. Nyworth?
Here.
Ms. Fabregat?
Here.
Ms. McBride?
Here.
Mr. Rice?
Here.
Special guests?
Yes, we
have
have goal area 3 and 4 here today. So goal area 3. This would wrap up our 4 goal areas before Christmas.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Heim and Board of Education. I'm Lupia Ostrowski. I'm the Elementary Curriculum Director, and this is Pam Thomas. She is one of our ed tech trainers, and she is filling in for Vanessa because Vanessa is continuing to train and get more training. I'm going to talk about Objective 1, Initiative 1, Professional Development Plan. The parts that are highlighted are the things that were introduced this year. We're still continuing to try to build PD time within the master schedule. A lot of it's been revamped, and so some of the new ones that we have done this year is action-based learning. There are several schools that went to training, but we have those labs in several of our elementary school sites. Additional PD for OTECA for our SPED teachers. We refined continued PD for the ELA curriculum. We did Lexia training for our administrators. That's a program that's for our EL students and our special education students who have reading goals. We also introduced the NASOT training. That's the new art and science of teaching. Had a lot of positive feedback. The teachers are really liking that professional development, and they just finished one cohort and they're moving to another one with new teachers. This same Region 9 is also doing teacher training on lessons, deepening their knowledge and how to do lesson planning. And then we're entering year 2 with letters, which is the science of reading, for a cohort of 25 teachers in the school district. I also linked all of our PD opportunities to the slides that you have access to. We continue to analyze the needs assessment and develop a PD plan that we plan together with Ed Services and the other departments to ensure that we're not overlapping days, that teachers will not be out that much. Next slide. And now I'm going to turn it to Pam, and she's going to do the Ed Tech area, improving student-centered use of technology.
So with that in mind, EdTech has streamlined the district digital resources that we have available. Some of the benefits to that include that teachers and students can concentrate their efforts on using approved research-based tools rather than looking for quality, rather than looking for quality tools. And also our students, because we do have a highly mobile population, those students who transfer schools will already be familiar with some of those tools when they go to their new schools. Also this year, Lawton Public Schools has added more opportunities to strengthen the student-centered use of technology by including the use of Waterford Academy for our pre-K, kindergarten, first grade students. We've also added the use of iExcel for specific secondary math courses. We're also excited to have the opportunity to pilot eCadence across the district for our students this year. Additionally, we've been able to provide support to teachers and staff in a variety of modes and flexible times during the school day. That's something that's been very helpful for our teachers and our staff. We've been able to implement a program, we call it Tech Tuesday, for teachers to share the best practices using technology authentically in their classrooms. We've also been able to provide on-site mentoring as often as once a week in the classrooms, in the on-site. The Tech Ed department has been able to do that. This spring we'll also provide opportunities for the tech trainers to visit with the principals to see if perhaps more time is necessary in the buildings, or perhaps we might be able to scale back a bit in that. We've also expanded the intentional training for support staff via the Ed Tech team on site in those buildings as well.
And And the last initiative of Goal Area 3 is recruiting and retaining staff. I worked with Lynn Cordes for updating on this. We continue to partner with Cameron University, the Fort Sill Career Fair, and we still are participating in YLPS, and we're providing those flyers. Somebody mentioned the other day we have a big sign on the east side of town, and so that's been a really popular one. Overall, with Initiative 1 and 2, with the recruitment plan, some things that are new this year or we are continuing is the Workforce Development Worklahoma Work Ready program. We also started a new partnership with Southeastern Oklahoma State University. We also have Grow Your Own program through Senate Bill 235 and starting that. The LPS grant program continues to help pay for college courses at Cameron University. We're also working toward pathway for support staff to become certified teachers, and that's how I became a teacher. I was a support staff, and so that was a really great program and giving them the opportunity. Also, we are in second year with the Superintendent Teacher Advisory Committee, which is really important, getting the opinions and feedback from great teachers, and we have continued enhancements with our social media platforms to enhance our communication and recruitment efforts. Lastly, this year, again, we continue to work with the STAT committee. Time with Heim still continues to be a really popular way to get information, and our LPS magazine review, it's really popular. Places, businesses continue to reach out to LPS about the things that we're doing, so it's a really great recruiting tool for LPS.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job.
One thing to add is the Region 9 thing is a huge hit with our teachers, principals, and everyone. And we're even talking about that statewide, that we're actually in Oklahoma going to a Texas Region Center. And Oklahoma is one of the few states that does not have those regional professional development centers. Those are, almost every state around us has some sort of state professional development that's controlled by regions. And so hopefully that's something, you know, the state of Oklahoma, our rankings we get are not great. I mean, sometimes people look at our school report card. That really doesn't have anything to do with the state rankings, but there's just a lot of confusion on how a lot of that's done. But there's one thing that when you put administrators, superintendents, assistant superintendents in a room, we all agree we need to find ways to get better. And one of those ways we can improve education is to improve professional development. So a big shout out to Region 9. And then on the tech side, big shout out to the tech team on, I see the call, the email blasts that go out, come through, I see a lot of those. And when the tech team is going to a building, they blast it out to that building. Hey, like today they might have blasted out, hey, so-and-so will be in the building on Wednesday from 8 to 2. If you have any questions or have any needs for tech, make sure you get a hold of them because they're going to be here. So they keep our teachers informed when somebody will be there, because obviously we have 26 buildings. We don't have 26 people. So some of the people are shared buildings, and so that's a great thing that they're communicating where they're going to be and when they're going to be there, so teachers and staff know you can get help today.
And that department is really, really popular. When teachers are given the positive feedback, they talk about that. So the curriculum department actually mirrored them because they get all the positive stuff. So that's what we started doing, is being at the school site. What questions do you have about curriculum? But it is hard because if you're one person, but they always, they deliver every single time. So
Well, let's be real, tech's a lot more fun than curriculum.
absolutely, absolutely.
Sorry, Loopy. Okay, now we got goal area 4.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Heim, members of the board. I am Laura Pacino. I'm the Executive Director of Finance.
Dr. Laura Burchino.
Okay, well, Dr. Laura Pacino.
And I'm Megan Haley, Director of New Staff Development, and I'm here for moral support. I'm the
Okay.
co-chair, but I came on as a liaison because I helped write this goal
Does
area
a
as a teacher.
does a fantastic job. And just a note that we didn't email each other this morning on our outfits. It was just cold, so there we go.
I know, it's super embarrassing.
Anyway. So our first initiative basically is on facilities. And a quick update from last time, I mentioned that they were beginning to break ground, or that it had been approved for the Ridgecrest Safe Room. Well, I'm happy to say that is now being built. and that's fantastic, and thanks to the leadership here. Also, we're continuing to look at communicating a bond issue for public input and feedback as needed. Planning on using the superintendent's teacher advisory committee for that as well, so we get feedback from every site, because that's what's important, because we don't want to overlook anybody, especially with their specific needs. But one of the priorities has always been to maybe have the safe rooms at the secondary level.
Right.
I mean, that's a huge need. I mean, we're past the time of getting in the hallway and hunker down, you know.
And as we know, basements flood and they're not considered.
Oh, yeah.
They're really not
They're
considered to
not.
be safe in a lot of your
Correct.
emergency. They're better than standing outside, but,
Right.
you know, going, as we know, Lawton High floods quite often in the
Right.
basement, so we really don't want to put, and that's underground, so it's safe from the tornado, but it's not safe from flooding, so.
Correct.
So those do need to be,
Yeah, need to be looked at. And also looking at, and of course, there's we have spreadsheets, everything is kept as far as how old our HVAC systems are, roofs and damage, any infrastructure, parking lots, sidewalks. You know, we know that our buildings are aging rapidly. And I mean, if you look at the high schools, just alone, one at Lawton High built in the 50s, and then you have MacArthur, the newest one, if you want to say newest, was built before I was born, okay? We're talking the late 60s, so that's something that we know we have to look at.
that was nice.
But
I mean,
anyway.
I was born, but
was
I mean,
too.
I was talking about my age, I was talking about my age, no one
Throwing some
else's.
stones
No one
up there,
else's.
didn't you?
I might have been built right before I was born.
Wasn't talking about anybody's age but mine. So, and moving on. Talking about the I have to get glasses now. The technology plan. Actually, I think I can see this. One good thing, speaking of technology in the department, they are so good about updating everything. And they have updated everybody to Windows 11, the operating system. Update cycle for iPads. The teachers have been doing that this summer. We know that, you know, they don't last forever, so they've updated the iPads, are also looking to update all the students over the summer. And for the number of faculty that we have and the way that they could do that so quickly is truly amazing to me, and testimony to that department. We also have a new firewall that replaced Palo Alto with Fortinet. Yeah. Okay.
Don't say
Thank
Fortnite.
you. Didn't, good?
Just don't call it Fortnite.
I don't know. I did try to give Miss Haley this part instead, so she would do that. No. But we also have the new phone system in place, which is much more effective. And then, of course, which is critically important, is increased cybersecurity measures. And then we have the two-step authentication, you know, when we have to get in, just to protect our emails and everything else that we do.
Cybersecurity, that is where Vanessa is today, I believe.
Okay, perfect.
Cybersecurity training.
That doesn't surprise me that she's there. Okay. Next one, please. Instructional time. Again, it's so individualized now. You know, we grew up in a time period where you started at 8, you ended at 2:30 for everybody across the board. We know doesn't suffice for today. So it just depends on the individual, and especially, you know, we've got students that go to Cameron, or they go to LRC, or they go to both, or they go to the tech center. And so we really have to be flexible, and the school sites are really good about doing that, providing the transportation necessary to get students who need transportation to go and fulfill their career goals and their needs. So I think I'm very proud of what this district has done in the last few years for that to happen. Okay. Now my favorite, the grants. And I have been blessed to be over the grant department, and I've learned a great deal, and I appreciate that. But we have several, and I couldn't touch on all of them in just one setting. But of course, we have the McMahon Foundation Grant Awards, and I'll go into that a little bit more in depth. The Lawton Public School Foundation grants, which we know are phenomenal. I'm going to go into a little more about that as well. We still have Donors Choose. Our teachers use that. We have 21st Century Grants, K-20, the Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Program, which is fantastic, and it's also leading to, you know, having that advisory board for the superintendent and to give feedback from the sites. But I just wanted to go over something that I think is pretty phenomenal. Lawton Public School Foundation grants this year has awarded $175,349.69 to LPS teachers for their projects. And that's fantastic. Then they gave, in addition, didn't even have to write a grant, but in addition, gave $10,000 per site as a Leave a Legacy grant for the buildings. So that's $250,000 awarded. So, and then another $25,000 to complete the pig barn. So we're looking at, I think, Mr. Heim was close to almost $500,000.
Yes.
Just from Lawton Public School Foundation grants alone.
This
So,
year, this
just
school
this-
year.
ju- Yeah, just this school year. And so I just wanted to take a little time out. I know this has been mentioned before maybe, but just to let the public know how important those donors are and pillars. And so if they can get involved, it's phenomenal what they've done. So I really appreciate it. Lisa Carson's done a great job. Not to mention the McMahon Foundation gave $1 million. $1 million for high school auditorium renovations. And that's just been fantastic. I'll show you some pictures of what that looks like before and after, because that's pretty shocking. We also have the TSET grants that help improve student health. And they have provided playground equipment to Edison. Pioneer Park received stepping stones and walking paths for outdoor activities. It's kind of a learning, but also doing physical as they're learning outdoors, or whatever the case may be. And right now, Carriage Hills, Cleveland, Eisenhower Elementary School, and Eisenhower High School have active grants at this time. So now let's look at this. I'd like you to see the before and after. Now, I was principal on the before, and I'm still shocked when I see it. Now, the after there is just beginning, but that's the final output. If you'll notice, all the dark paneling, everything's up to date, the lighting, the painted, the flooring, it's just,
So there's a big screen in the back now?
They don't have curtains.
yeah, it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
They haven't got the curtains yet.
Not the curtains yet, but that's
Coming.
But you know, the lighting, the curtains were
Yeah.
so bad. And
That's
it's just, it was just, it's, you
And
know,
you used the
50 years
cameras
old plus.
showed on the walls.
yeah, the paper and everything else, they did the best they can. I will say, I'll give credit to all the teachers and the students who tried to make it look as fantastic as it could, because they still had great shows, even. But this says it all. And so McMahon and for Lawton Public Schools to add to it too, we can't thank you guys enough for that. Okay. Now, and this is part of the TSET grants. I wanted you to see some kids actually doing some, I like seeing that because they're playing cornhole, which that's what it's called, isn't it? Because I don't know. I may have played it once or twice, but they're also going through this maze and a kind of an agility test and stuff. But it's something different, something unique that, it's not everybody wants to play basketball. Not everybody wants to, go outside, or on a cold day, you can play inside. Okay, the next one.
I don't know about that.
Okay, and to finish up on grants, I'm going to use this one now. We have the Perkins Innovation Grants. We're in the second year of that, and that's provided us $50,000 per grant per year. And part of that was for the cyber security program at LRC, and I can't tell you how many kids are interested in that. Cyber security. That's up and coming, and it's definitely job security, for no doubt, Also, the job skills training for our special education students in transition program. That's fantastic. When you go, I've gone to some restaurants and some other places where I see former students that are actually at work and doing a fantastic job. So that's great to get that grant to help. I want to mention the CTE lottery grants. That was $45,000 was for the woodworking trades at EMS. And there were 2 grants for professional appliances and equipment for the culinary classes at FACS. And so we've, that's a lot of money when you start adding all that up. The Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aviation at LRC was a $12,500 grant for flight simulators, VR headsets and simulator controls, and another $14,000 for wind tunnels used to study flight. So again, more opportunities. And last, not least, because again, this was a smaller list, it was long, but the Oklahoma Space Industry Development Authority provided $4,000 providing new 3D printers to makerspace classes. So I want to thank all of those individuals that provide those grants and opportunities, and that's about it, unless anybody has questions.
Is the Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Grant, that's the one that comes from the legislature? And it's not funded
It is funded now.
continually, though.
They don't know if it will, but.
I sure hope it is.
Well,
I do too.
the lottery, school's got a certain percent, and they capped that percent a couple years ago, and everything over that goes to teacher empowerment. And so, the question will be, do they change how you get in it? Because a lot of some of your legislators want it to be more of a competition between teachers, which we don't really like. It doesn't seem to work, but the fact that we put our teachers a year in it, we're not getting any kickback. We don't get any backlash from other teachers of why did she get in it? Well, if you're a teacher, if you win Teacher of the Year, you're in. If you're a finalist, you're in. And it also puts more prestige into winning those awards. And we also include every building should have somebody on the committee who won their building Teacher of the Year. They're on the lower part of the committee, so they're also part of it. So every building should be represented, and we really like that.
We need to encourage that to continue.
Yep, absolutely. That's
And
great.
then I will say, guys, this is goal area 4, so that's
Yep.
all 4 of them. This spring, next fall, probably to finish it, but it is time to reboot the strategic plan. One thing, when we did this 5 years ago, we were right in the middle of this bond issue we have now. So there was really no reason to talk about facilities and bonds and what we can do. We touched on it a little bit with some of the things we've tried to do. And we have been lucky that we've come up with money to do some facilities things, obviously turf and fields and some of those activity things, but Ridgecrest, Safe Room and some of those. But it is going to be my recommendation as we move forward that we include a facilities planner in this, because as you know, in the next 18 months or so, Lawton Public Schools needs to run and pass another bond issue. Obviously, we'll bring in financial advisors to talk about how much, how long, how much money you can get, etc. But those are some things that we need to include in, because in the same people, so thinking about people you want on those, think about people who want on it, because it's all inclusive. I know last time we did this, it was kind of crazy when it said 21, 22, and 22, 23 on some of those things. We had a board member, I think, Patty, did you?
I was in
served some?
one, yeah.
But we can have more than one. Obviously, we can have up to 2 board members.
We want to
part
be
of it.
sure the community people are back, the community people that were on these planning are wondering why they haven't been called in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they don't realize so much work's being done, I'm sure. But let's bring those back in and get them involved again.
Yep.
Because they're asking, I think everybody has had comments from them, hey, I haven't heard, so let's have meetings after Christmas time and get them brought up today. And that'll do nothing but help us with the bond issue. Thank you.
Thank
you guys very much.
Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you.
Okay. Well, Mr. Superintendent report,
We're good. We just have our departmental updates, and that's
any questions for anybody on that? Consent agenda, anything to be removed? Motion?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Ms. Fabrica?
Yes.
Ms. McBride?
Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Okay. Down to, do we need an executive session? We do not, okay. We have a
11A.
11A, where'd it go? Computer's slow today. All righty. I will let the public know that,
Superintendent's personnel report.
yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. You wanna go ahead and do that in motion?
Yeah. I can't do it.
I don't. Wait,
Motion to approve the personnel
There we
report.
go, second. Did you get a second?
Second. Yeah.
Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Ms. Fabrica?
Yes.
Ms. McBride?
Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Okay, new business.
Board announcement.
Next meeting is January 12th. Oh my gosh, a month away.
Another year.
And we do have one special board meeting that we will be doing the first week. I just wanted to bring, everybody keeps asking me about the search. Everybody's curious. We finished the first round and we'll be doing the second round right after Christmas break and hope to have someone selected in January. So that's where we are on that. Anybody else have anything they need? Merry Christmas. I'd like to remind everybody, MacArthur High School is having the Lion King. It's going to be wonderful. the 10th, 11th, and 15th at 7:30, right, Doug? And you can see Doug's son, he's a star. 10th, 11th, and 15th, Monday the 15th. They're skipping the weekend. But come see our new seating and everything. But it's going to be great, so I just want to let everybody know. And of course, go to your local, all your schools are having concerts, and it's something every night.
Basketball
Basketball
tournament is this weekend,
week,
Thursday,
the
Friday,
county.
Saturday at the Coliseum. It's boys, but it usually has a really good, just the Lawton teams makes it a pretty full,
Yeah.
high caliber tournament. So I know that
The
starts.
county tournament. So, anything else? Okay, we'll be adjourned.